Hello there, you're welcome to Talk with Joy Kenan. If you have been following on my videos, thank you very much. If this is your first time here, you are welcome. Remember to like this video, leave comments down below in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Today's topic is from intentional child raising, and we'll be dealing with a very sensitive topic, and that is transgender. We have been hearing of the word transgender. Who then is a transgender? A transgender is a person whose gender identity and gender expression does not align with their actual gender. A man tells you he's a woman, dresses as one, and acts as one. A woman tells you she's a man, dresses as one, and acts as one. There is a school of thought who believes that transgender is a psychological disorder, and I agree with the school of thought. Once I saw a video of a parent who went for the child's school's PTA meeting dressed as a cat. When she was called upon to give her reasons why she vehemently disagrees with the school employing transgenders as teachers, she told them she's a cat. Everyone was shocked and surprised. And she was like, why don't you believe I'm a cat? I mean, I'm dressed as one. I have whiskers and I have tail. Now, her point is, you don't tell me you are a man as a woman just because you are dressed as a man. And you can't tell me you are a woman as a man just because you are dressed as a woman. After all, there is a saying that dressing don't make people, right? Now, why are we dealing with this topic under intentional child raising? We're dealing with this topic under intentional child raising because transgender is becoming a cankerworm in our society. It is slowly creeping into the society and finding its way into becoming a norm. Remember that a lot of disorders can be fixed from early childhood. So there is need as parents for us to begin to tackle now at an early stage this cankerworm called transgender. In this video, I have put together 3 points that we need to help us tackle transgender so that we do not end up having children who will grow up having gender complexity and gender confusion. Point number 1. The first thing you want to do as a parent to ensure your children, none of your children, become transgender is to expose, educate, and enlighten your children from a very early stage on the importance of appreciating their gender. Educate them about their gender. Help them understand their gender. Help them appreciate their gender. Help them express their gender accordingly. Like I said, from a very young age, preferably age 2. Teach them to act according to their gender, to walk, talk, the hormonal balances, the hormonal changes, the hormonal expressions that will happen to them according to their gender. Help them understand them. Point number 2. Give your children things pertaining to their gender. From a very young age, as you buy toys for your children, as you color their room in terms of decorations, paintings, curtains, interior, make sure you are doing that according to their gender. Don't give your children things that are pertaining to the opposite gender. Do not even excuse for them when they pick interest in things that are pertaining to the opposite gender. For instance, I have often heard parents defend their boys who walk like girls, saying, oh, my son is a sissy, my son is walking like this because he has a lot of sisters, that's why he's talking, hanging his hand, or catwalking, or that's why he likes wearing female clothes. Don't do that, because you are actually growing a monster that you may not be able to tame in the long run. So deliberately give your children things that are pertaining to their gender. Do not for any reason dress up your children like the opposite gender. Sometimes you see some parents wearing their son's wig, wearing them makeup, putting foams in their boobs, giving them boobs in the name of joke and fun. And before you know it, these children like it and they grow up wanting to dress like this. You see your girls taking interest in grumpy games, behaving grumpy, walking like boys, and you think it's okay, you call it tomboy, excuse for them, like I said, you may just be building a monster that you may not be able to tame in the long run. This is intentional child raising. Everything you do concerning your kids must be deliberate and intentional. So deliberately give them things that are pertaining to the agenda. Point number 3, begin to observe your children. If you notice that they are taking interest in things of the opposite gender or they are acting like the opposite gender from a very young age, start correcting it. If you know you cannot handle it alone, you may need the help of a guidance counselor. Remember, it is easier to fix a child than to fix an adult. So from this young age, observe them. If they are taking interest in things that are pertaining to the opposite gender, correct it and stop it, and begin to flaunt before them and put before them things that pertains to the agenda. For emphasis sake, let me reiterate again. To ensure that your kids don't grow up having gender complexity or gender confusion known as transgender, 1. Begin to expose, educate, and enlighten them to the agenda from a very young age. What do I mean? Help them understand the agenda, appreciate the agenda, and act according to the agenda. Point number 2, deliberately give your children things that are pertaining to the agenda. Toys, clothing, interiors, decorations, everything you do or give to them, make sure it is pertaining to the agenda so that they will pick interest in things that pertain to the agenda. Point number 3, please observe your children very well. If anyone is acting or picking interest in things that pertains to the opposite gender, do not excuse for them. Don't say, oh, my son is a sissy, or my son has so many sisters, that's why he's acting like this, or my daughter is a tomboy, she has so many brothers, that's why she's acting like this. Do not excuse for them. Begin to correct it. Begin to shun them and begin to help them understand the agenda, appreciate the agenda, and act according to the agenda. When we do this, we will be able to pursue this cankerworm of transgender that is creeping into our society, finding its way into becoming a norm. And we will ensure that no parent in intentional child raising platform is dealing with children who will grow up having gender complexity or gender confusion known as transgender. If you have any question or anything to say, please, you can leave that down below the comment section. Again, remember to subscribe to my channel. I will see you on my next video.